Hi, this is Mimi from Mimi's Paper Crafting. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I wanted to come on and give you some ideas for some Christmas gifts for your crafty friend, family. But in this video, it's not going to be all the new fun stuff. I already did one that you saw that was all of the items that I wish somebody would buy me to replenish my stock. This is going to be a video on my favorite things, and if I had to start my craft room over again, these are the things that I would buy to start over again. So these are the most important things. So I'm hoping it gives you some kind of idea of things that you can buy. Okay, so first we're going to start with the cheap, okay? And this is something that I use all the time, especially when I'm mass making cards. Are these, look, there's even dies in here. I have not cleaned it out. I got to put those away. There's even still cut up like things from when I did card projects. There's tape on it. I use these all the time. They're from the Dollar Tree. It's just a little organizer, and you can, I have 2 of them, and I wish I had more. I should really buy more when I go to the Dollar Tree next time. But you can separate every piece for all your cards. A lot of times I'll do one card in each little section. That way I just have to grab from one section and I can do a card. These are top tier thing that I would buy over and over and over again if I needed to for in my craft room. Love them so much. Okay, next. That was the cheap thing. Other things are more expensive. Sorry about that, but crafting ain't cheap. Another thing, I have it right here. I'm just going to pull it out so you can see. It is my Cobalt toolbox that holds the things that I use all the time. I would buy this a million times over. I have a second one over here that is actually a Member's Mark one that I found on clearance. It's covered right now. I can't pull it out. Let me push that back. But I would buy that toolbox a million times over and over and over again. And now they even have a better one, like another one that this one stands on top of. Great. It's awesome for crafting. Another one are these Tim Holtz scissors. I absolutely love these Tim Holtz scissors. I got them for Christmas last year. It came in the 2-pack of these. My dad got them for me and got them on Amazon for me, and I use these constantly. They're my favorite scissors. They're just for paper. They're for nothing else. No paper with glue, no stickers, no nothing, just paper, and they're my favorite things. So that is something that I would buy a million times over. All right, next, a guillotine trimmer. The boyfriend bought me this guillotine trimmer so many years ago. It's actually dulling. It says caution sharp blade. Nope, it's dulling. The only thing I use this for is chipboard and cardboard. That is it. That's what this gets used for. Sometimes I'll use it for other things, but I don't cut cardboard or chipboard on anything else but this guillotine so I don't ruin my other trimmers. Plain and simple. And speaking of guillotines, is this mini guy. You see me grab this all the time. This is the thing I grab to cut little objects or to trim things. So I use this to trim off, like if I make a card and some of the mat comes over the card, I'll use that to trim. I use this to trim cut aparts. I could not live without this mini guillotine. There are many different companies that make mini guillotines. This one's a Tim Holtz. You don't have to go to Tim Holtz. There's many guillotines out there, you guys. Like, this was just dirt cheap when I bought it. Now it's not dirt cheap so much, but it was when I bought it. So that's another thing I could not live without, is the guillotines, okay? If you use a lot of chipboard and a lot of cardboard like I do, a guillotine trimmer is like the way to go. And then on top of that is, this is my favorite. I have another trimmer over there that is a rotary blade trimmer that rarely dulls, so it's awesome. But when I need precision cuts, this one has a little wire. Can you see it? Yes, you see that wire? That little wire you can line up on the line of wherever you want to cut, and you get a precision cut. For somebody like me who cannot cut straight to save her life, this would be a rebuy in an instant. Okay? Next, to my Sweet Petunia products. My Misty and my glue press. I've been having issues with my glue press. I think it's a me problem, not a glue press problem, or it's the glue that I'm using in here. I should switch it out to the glue it came in and see if I still have a problem. I think it might be the Barely Art glue in here that is giving it a problem. It does come with Nuvo glue. It comes with an empty bottle and a full bottle of the Nuvo Deluxe adhesive, and then an empty bottle and 2 different tips, a wider tip and a thin tip. So I have Barely Art in here with a thin tip because Barely Art is my favorite glue, but this gets clogged. I just put a pin in it and unclog it and it's fine. And it comes with the stand. You take the lid off, the lid goes there. You can see there's a little pink thing in there that is super dirty. That's where it stays in there so it does not dry out. That prevents it from, it's supposed to prevent it from your glue getting clogged, but like I said, I think it's a Barely Art problem. So I think I'm gonna take the other glue and test out the other glue and see if that's what it is. And then the Misty. I cannot live without my Misty. It is a stamp positioner. So if you have to stamp a million times something, you just put your stamp in and ink and close. Put the next paper in, ink and close. Put the next paper in, ink and close. It is a lifesaver. I'm sorry, if you are really good at stamping with one of these guys, one of these things, good for you. I am not. So this, the boyfriend bought me in 2020. He bought me this as a thank you for making a shit ton of cards for the nursing home during the pandemic. The beginnings of the pandemic when nobody could get any visitors. His mom worked in a nursing home and I would send her cards and she would hand them out to the residents. And it made their day. And he bought me this as a thank you for doing that. And it is one of my most used items. Okay, so a mini Misty or the glue press. Top tier item. Next is, if you make a lot of your own journals or mini albums, the cinch. Now this is the mini cinch. They have many iterations of the cinch. You have to do what you have to get the one that works best for you. The mini cinch at the time was the one I could afford. At the time when I bought this mini cinch, it was still just the regular big cinch. Then came the mini cinch, then came the multi cinch, then came this not the multi cinch, the one where you put the pieces in and it punched all different kinds of things. They still sell it. Like it came with like a bar that had different ways to punch. I don't know what it was called. And now the multi-cinch, I think is what it's called now. But this was the second one to come out. I love it. I use it constantly. It is a staple. And I might not rebuy the mini because you're limited in the size of twin loops and stuff that you can use. But I would definitely rebuy a cinch. You have to look at the cinches and see which one you would use the most to determine which one to get for yourself. But I would definitely rebuy a cinch. Amazeballs. Okay. Just putting that away. And then one last bigger thing is my Cricut. This is the Joy. I have 2 Cricuts. I have an Explore Air 2 and I have this Joy. My boyfriend got me the Joy. I got the Explore Air 2 in 2020. My boyfriend got me the Joy maybe in 2022. If you don't have a Cricut, it's a game changer. But I'm going to tell you, this is my advice I'm going to give you. If you don't do a lot of shirt making and stuff like that. Like I make my boyfriend all of his shirts. We are a family that we like shirts that do not like he likes a shirt, I just made him one that said bird law on it. Okay. And you're thinking, what the hell is that? Exactly. If you don't know, you don't know. But if you know, you know. Okay. He likes that kind of stuff. So I make a lot of shirts, so I need my bigger Cricut to cut out the SVGs to make him his shirts. If I didn't do that, I would stick with the Cricut Joy or the Joy Extra, which is a little bit bigger than the Joy, but smaller than a big Cricut. My Explore Air, it's the one I could afford at the time. I think we're now on, that was a 2 and we're now on a 4, and I would buy a maker. If you're doing a lot of stuff and a lot of cutting, I would buy a maker. If I could afford it, I would. But you know what? I wouldn't. Not till my Air died. Once my Explorer Air dies, then I would think about getting I would definitely get a maker. But not until that died. I don't have room for another. And that one works perfectly fine. It does what I need it to do. Works great. I can cut fabric on it. I can cut paper and vinyl and everything I need to do. It works great. But if you're only doing card fronts or little things that you're cutting out, a Cricut Joy or a Joy Extra, save yourself the money. Or you're not sure how much you would use a Cricut, then go with the Joy. Go with the cheaper small one till you saw how much you would use a Cricut, and then you can upgrade. I know when the Cricut Joy first came out, I remember a lot of people saying like they have their big Cricut in their craft room and then their small Cricut goes with them places. And that's how they craft. And that's actually a really genius idea. If I was ever going on vacation and still wanted to craft, or had an RV and still wanted to craft, I would take my Cricut Joy. But that's the most expensive thing on the list, but well worth it in my opinion. All right, a few other things. Now, let me grab it. I have the Crocodile and I have the Big Bite. You don't need both. I bought the Crocodile first. Okay, so this is what I got first. I use it constantly. This is the one that I use every once in a while, but sometimes you need this length here to punch holes in something that's way bigger than will fit in this little section right here, because this is your hole punch. This length right here is your hole, as much as you can go down to punch a hole with this guy. This is your length with this guy. So it all depends on what your need is for. But a Crocodile, I couldn't live without a Crocodile. This will cut through faux leather. It'll cut through chipboard. It'll cut through balsa wood, paper, so many things, plastic. This punches through. Okay. Before I had one to punch the holes to make my journals, my boyfriend would use his drill press. This goes through book board, everything. Definitely something that you need to have I would rebuy in an instant. Another rebuy would be the angle punch. I mean, not the angle punch, the corner rounder. Now, you don't have to buy this corner rounder. Honestly, you can buy any corner rounder. This is just the one I have because before they started coming out with all kinds of like generic, cheaper versions, this is what you got. So this is what I have, but I always need a corner rounder. And then the other thing is an angle punch. This is a cheaper angle punch. It works perfectly fine. I love it. And it's how I make tags. So it has 3 different sizes and it is how I make tags. And it is one thing that I would buy over and over and over and over again. Okay. I could not live without this. Okay, and one last thing that I almost forgot about, so I had to stop the video, is my die cutting. My roll it yourself, good old fashioned Sizzix Big Shot. You don't need a Sizzix Big Shot, okay, you guys? There's other brands out there. You get the one that works best for you, but this is my second manual die cutting machine, and the first one my boyfriend got me on Facebook Marketplace to see if I would actually use it and like it. And then when that one broke, I went out and I got a new one. So once again, this was also 2020. So I've had this for 5 years. I've had to replace the plates, but that's it. And if something happened, I would definitely replace that. And something, like I said, it broke. So I replaced it immediately as soon as I could. It's a must-have. Now you don't have to have all the dies. You can have the dies that you use the most, but this is a must-have in my craft room. All right, you guys, that is it. These are all the things that I would replace in an instant if I needed to. If they break, if they wear out, because blades wear out, you guys, I would replace these in an instant. something that I would always have on me at all times in my craft room. And it's a lot of stuff, and it ranges from $1.50 up to $180 and anything in between. And when I say I would rebuy them, I would rebuy them. Plain and simple. Okay? Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the like button, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and do me a favor, drop a comment down below and tell me what your must-have, you would replace item would be. What is the item that you would replace in an instant if you needed to? Because I'm curious to know. All right, I will see you guys in the next crafty video. Have a great rest of your day.